You do it all day, every day, without even thinking about it. You breathe in and you breathe out. And every time you exhale, you're releasing carbon. But have you ever really stopped and wondered, where does that carbon actually come from? I mean, it's not in the oxygen we breathe in, right? So what's the deal? Well, the answer is a pretty amazing process that's happening inside you at this very moment. All right, so let's crack this mystery. We know we're breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide. Your first guess might be that the carbon comes from the air, but nope, that's not it. The real source is actually way closer to home. In fact, it's right on your plate. Yep, you heard that right. The whole journey to understanding your own breath, it starts with the food you eat. That carbon you're exhaling right this second, just a little while ago, it was part of your breakfast or your lunch. I mean, just look at all these different kinds of food. They seem totally different, but they all have this one fundamental thing in common. They are all built from carbon atoms. Your carbohydrates, your fats, your proteins, they're all just different arrangements of carbon-based fuel for your body. So think of your body as this incredibly smart factory. When you eat, your digestive system gets to work, breaking that food down into simple, tiny, usable molecules. And the most important one of these is glucose, a simple sugar. This stuff is like the high-octane fuel that powers your whole system, and it gets sent straight into your bloodstream for delivery. Okay, so the fuel is officially in the delivery system, your bloodstream. But where is it headed? The destination isn't just one place. It's every single one of the trillions of cells that make up your body, from the cells in your brain to the ones in your big toe. And inside each and every one of those cells, you've got these incredible little engines called mitochondria. You've probably heard them called the powerhouses of the cell, and let me tell you, that name is no joke. This is where the real magic happens. Now, this magic trick has a scientific name: cellular respiration. It's the absolute core chemical process that keeps you alive and kicking. It's the moment where that fuel from your food finally meets up with the oxygen you just breathed in. Whoa, okay, don't let the letters and numbers freak you out. This is basically the recipe for life. It's super simple when you break it down. On the left, you have the ingredients: glucose from your food and oxygen from your breath. And on the right, you see what gets made: energy to power everything you do, plus a couple byproducts, a little water, and there it is, carbon dioxide. So let's just boil this all down. The carbon goes in as part of your food, your body combines it with oxygen to create energy, and what comes out as a waste product is carbon dioxide. So the carbon in your breath, it's the direct result of your cells making energy. You don't breathe it in, your body actually creates it. Okay, so we've solved the big mystery of where the carbon comes from. Awesome. But that kind of brings up a new question, doesn't it? This carbon dioxide is basically cellular exhaust. And if it just builds up, it becomes toxic. So how on earth does your body get rid of it?
Well, here's the escape route. The CO₂ waste leaves the cell and hitches a ride in your bloodstream. Your blood, which just dropped off all that fresh oxygen, now acts like a garbage truck, picking up the CO₂ and hauling it all the way to your lungs. And there, this amazing exchange happens. The CO₂ gets dropped off, fresh oxygen gets picked up, and then you breathe out.
You know, when you think about it, your breath is so much more than just moving air in and out. Every single exhale is like a signature of life. It is the physical proof that trillions of tiny powerhouses inside you are hard at work, turning your last meal into the energy that lets you think, move, and, well, live. And it gets even cooler because this incredibly personal, internal process connects you to a much, much larger cycle, one that links pretty much every living thing on this planet. Just think about it for a second. The carbon that was in your food, it originally came from a plant. And the carbon dioxide you just breathed out, it doesn't just vanish into thin air. It gets taken in by plants through photosynthesis, and it becomes the actual building blocks for new leaves, new stems, new life. You are a crucial part of nature's giant carbon recycling system. It's this perfect, beautiful loop. We take in carbon from our food to create our own energy. We use oxygen to unlock that energy. And then we return that very same carbon back to nature, providing the raw material for the plants that will one day become food for us or other creatures. So, the next time you take a breath and let it go, just remember the absolutely incredible journey it represents, from a plant to your plate to your cells and then back out into the world. That single, simple breath is a profound connection between your own life and the life of the entire planet. How cool is that?